We're going to get the program started. Good afternoon. My name is Chris Arnold, and on behalf of the Bob and Alicia Woodruff Diversity Learning Center, we welcome you here to the campus of Grand Rapids Community College. We're happy to have you here for today's Salute to Women reception. I'd like to just take a moment to acknowledge our Board of Trustees who are with us here today. Our Board Chair, Ms. Margot Anderson. And Ms. Anderson is also a previous recipient of this award. Ms. Terry Hanlon was here earlier, and she did have to leave, and Ms. Hanlon is also a previous recipient as well. And I believe that is there any other trustees? Okay, thank you. I hope that many of you had the opportunity to participate in some of the wonderful events that have been happening here on campus and in our community in honor of Women's History Month. And I'd like to just acknowledge the Women's History Month Committee for their time and effort in making this a great event. Jennifer Smith, Kathleen Owens, and Emily Nicely, and also our diversity staff, Tamber Moore and Naira Selman. Thanks for all your help with making this happen. Then I'd like to just take a moment to acknowledge the previous recipients who are here with us today. I know there are many award recipients with us here today. So if you are a recipient of this award, please stand when I mention the category. The alumni, students, employees that have won the award, and former employees. How about a hand for all these women? It is said that a strong woman is a woman determined to do something others are determined not to be done. The women we honor today reflect that resolve and purpose to move forward, challenging what others might see as obstacles. Their stories are varied, as are all of ours, and we believe illustrate the positive contribution of Grand Rapids Community College to their life success. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Stephen Ender, the president of GRCC, and President Ender carries on the college's commitment to diversity in all of its beauty and depth. So Dr. Ender will introduce our award recipients today. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon. Come on, the birds are singing, the sun is shining. Oh, what a wonderful event. And again, for me, a first. I've had a year of firsts, and I actually never know what to expect. And I come here with a very crowded room, and I must say I am delighted to see all of you here to recognize the wonderful women and their accomplishments, the folks that we're going to recognize today. Helen Keller once said, "Many persons have a wrong idea of what constitutes true happiness. It is not attained through self-gratification, but through fidelity to a worthy purpose." Today, here in this room, we will see the evidence of worthy purpose. The women who will be introduced to you this afternoon are to be honored because they have achieved and pursued worthwhile goals, dedicating themselves to social justice and working for the well-being of others. Annually, GRCC selects 4 women of distinction to represent all GRCC women, past and present. Through the Salute to Women Awards, we recognize women who exemplify leadership as well as personal and professional excellence. Let me remind you of the objectives of the award and the criteria that we use for selection. The criteria illustrates a commitment to community service, demonstrated achievement, leadership, empowerment of others, and a positive impact on our students. The objective is to honor GRCC women who are exemplary in their roles as professionals, volunteers, or agents of change. And this afternoon, we recognize the diversity of these accomplishments. Their stories make us proud to know them and to acknowledge their contributions as reflective of the core values of our college community. The women we honor today are activists. They were not content to watch. They were moved to provide assistance, to influence, and to help and empathize with others. They are leaders, each contributing through their individual gifts and passions to the well-being of others. So with that, setting, I think, an appropriate stage for us to honor the 4 women that I will be calling up today, let me start with our first recipient. Fatima Nieves. Fatima? Come stand right by me. Fatima is selected to receive the Current Employee Award. Margaret Mead said, "We watch what we live. We teach what we live," I'm sorry. Ms. Nieves says she is still enthusiastic after 31 years of working with students. How lucky we are to be able to offer ourselves to students. It's personal, and I love working with various cultural groups. It is kind of funny in that I'm lucky. I have a multi-purpose name. The name Fatima is connected to many diverse cultures. She recounts that the basic human caring principles between and among cultures are essentially the same. She works on a variety of community teams and committees, encouraging students to return to work in the city, following their degree toward the betterment of the full community. In addition to her work in the Counseling and Career Center, she also volunteers her time to assist students working on their English skills at the Westside Learning Corner. One of her nominators wrote, "Fatima has always taken the initiative when it comes to serving students who have extra barriers. Her students have always been those who needed an extra boost. She motivates our students to dream high and shows them the path to accomplishment and to their dreams." Again, I congratulate Fatima for this Salute to Women Award. Fatima Nieves. And would you like to say a couple words? Congratulations. Get out of the way.
Well, first of all, I must warn you, when I get nervous, my accent gets stronger. So there's a good possibility that by the end of my remarks, you won't understand what I'm saying. It is so wonderful to be recognized for doing something that you love. I have what I consider the ideal job, helping students map out their educational career so they can achieve their goals. I started here when I was in my mid-20s. My sons were raised here, running in these hallways. Last December, I thought seriously about retirement, but I still have the health, the energy, and the passion to continue. And although I appreciate the financial rewards, it's not nearly as much as the motivator of the job itself. I get energy from my students and my colleagues. They inspire me by their resourcefulness and their initiative. Many of my students speak English as their second language, and I feel a special connection to them because I've been there, I know how hard it is, and I know what it takes to learn the second language. If I left now, I think I would miss the challenge of the job and the people. People tell me that when it's time to quit, I'll know, so I am going to keep going on that premise. When you live away from your family, your friends and colleagues take their place. Thanks to the Hakes and the Finneys and the Margills and the Vecchios and the Montinis and all my wonderful colleagues for being my substitute family. John, Rick, Gisela, Jenny, Lori, Faye, you are very special to me. I'm also glad to see Wanda, Ana Maria, Rosario, Sylvia, all with whom I've had the pleasure of being confused. I know a lot of you are going like, that's her. Audrey, I think Audrey left, but it was so much fun to take and fail our sociology class together. Let me tell you, when Dr. Williams says that he doesn't do incompletes, he really means it. to my dear husband of 25 years, and my sons, Ashton and Pesh, who are in Ann Arbor, so couldn't be here. I'm also very grateful. I dedicate this honor to all the women in my life that have inspired me to love work, education, and travel. Especially my mother, I'm wearing her pearls today, and my grandmother, I'm wearing her wedding ring today, who were very special in my life. In closing, I would like to quote the Puerto Rican poet Julia de Burgos. And now I'm going in Spanish for a little while, but I'll try to translate for you. Yo quise ser como los hombres quisieron que yo fuese, un intento de vida, un juego al escondite de mi ser. Pero yo estaba hecha de presentes y mis pies planos sobre la tierra promisora. No resistían caminar hacia atrás y seguían adelante, adelante, burlando las cenizas para alcanzar el beso de los senderos nuevos. I'm going to roughly translate. I wanted to be like men wanted me to be, an attempt at life, a game of hide and seek with my being, but I was made of nows, and my feet level on the promising earth would not accept walking backwards, and went forward, forward, mocking the ashes to reach the kiss of new paths. Thanks to all of you for sharing this special moment. I am very touched.
It's wonderful to welcome back to campus and introduce to you Miss Rosalyn Ghysels. Rosalyn? Ms. Ghysels is this year's recipient of the GRCC Salute to Women Former Employee Award. Florence Nightingale said, "Nursing is an art, and if it is to be made an art, it requires an exclusive devotion, as hard a preparation as any painter's or sculptor's work. For what is having to do with dead canvases or dead marble compared with having to do with the living body, the temple of God's Spirit? It is one of the fine arts. I had almost said the finest of arts." Ms. Ghysels, as this fine artist, touched many students' lives as she shepherded students through the nursing programs here at GRCC. She worked to secure the advanced degree nursing curriculum for our students, working diligently in planning meetings and with hospitals and nursing facilities to present the concept of a 2-year registered nursing program. Following successful implementation of the GRCC degree, she found the additional time and energy to develop nursing programs elsewhere in the country where the need was the greatest. She says, "Improving healthcare training is essential in many underserved communities." One nominator wrote of Ms. Ghysels, "Thousands of nursing student nurses have been influenced by Rosie's principles and personality. Students call her today. It is easy to recognize her contribution to these individuals and through their professional careers, how the full community benefits from enhanced health care. Please help me congratulate Rosalyn Ghysels, a woman of wisdom, vision, and achievement." Rosalyn, that didn't work out as well as I had hoped it would. Hold on.
I want to thank the college for this tribute to women and for including me in this ceremony. I feel humbled by this honor and tribute. Anything that I accomplished at the college was a result of good teamwork efforts on the part of teachers who wanted to teach and students who wanted to learn. It was always a joy for me to see my students progress in the nursing program and to graduate and become practicing nurses. I am very proud that the 2 nursing programs continue to thrive, be competitive, and get into and attract many talented students. And I congratulate the program now for their accreditation, just recently national accreditation again. My hope is that the college continues to produce good nurses for this community for many years to come. I would like to thank my family, my colleagues, and my friends, and some of my former students who are here for attending this celebration. It warms my heart to see you all here today. Thank you very much.
Our next recipient is Miss Bonnie Miller. Bonnie? Ms. Miller is selected to receive the Alumna Award. It is said that women who behave never make history. I wish I knew the story behind that. Well, there's been quite a bit of making history in Ms. Miller's life. As you perhaps read in her biography, Ms. Miller broke from the traditional paths many women were, and in some ways still are, expected to follow. She recalls how fortunate she feels that the dinner table conversation in her home was always, when you go to college. She knew she wanted to study business to emulate her father, active in their hometown community banking. Summers she worked at the bank. Ms. Miller wasn't discouraged by others and their non-supportive advice and skepticism. She knew what she wanted and what she needed to achieve her goals. In high school, she wanted to improve the quality of the yearbook and was told of restricted financial resources. So she says she talked them into selling advertisements, with the end result a pretty fancy yearbook for Wayland students. Ms. Miller continued to defy the odds, graduating first from GRJC and then from the University of Michigan with a Bachelor's of Business degree. One nominator wrote, "She was often told by numerous employees that they did not hire women in management positions. Because of these experiences, Ms. Miller decided early on that she would fight such attitudes and reach a position of authority to personally make a difference and change that standard." Please join me in congratulating Bonnie Miller, a woman of determination and principle.
It's a delight to be here today at my old alma mater. I have wonderful memories of my time here at Grand Rapids Community College. The professors that I had were excellent. I even had Miss Marlowe, for whom the McCabe Marlowe House is named, and she taught college chemistry, and she was tough. Oh, she was tough. We were all scared to death of her. But anyway, I enjoyed my experience with econ here at community college, my experience with economic geography, which I've carried with me my entire life, and also learning classical English literature and Shakespeare. One of the mantras that I learned from Shakespeare, "To thine own self be true, and it shall follow as night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man." And that's my life story. I really believe that, and I try to live it. I am so happy to see all of you here today. There are so many of you in the room who are either friends, colleagues, or family. It's wonderful to have you share this moment with me. I don't know. Life goes by so fast, and there's just still so much work to do. People say, well, are you going to Florida for the winter? No, I haven't got time to go to Florida. There's just too many things to do here in Grand Rapids. I love Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids has been so good to me, and I love being here, and I love being able to contribute to the community, and I will try to do so as long as I am able to. Just to paraphrase from the advertising campaign that community colleges now running on TV, GRCC works. It worked for me, and it'll work for you too. Thank you.
With pleasure, I now present to you Miss Jillian Woodruff. Jillian? Ms. Woodruff receives our Student Award. Irma Bombeck once said, "It takes a lot of courage to show your dreams to someone else." Jillian has that courage, the courage to share her dreams with others, showing her two young daughters what is possible with work and dedication. One nominator wrote, "She is a model for women because she commits to civic engagement at the college through leading and to her community by serving." Ms. Woodruff admits to a rocky time in high school. "I was not motivated," she says, "and it was difficult to stay focused and on track." As you have read in her biography, Ms. Woodruff recognized the needs of a local agency where she was completing her service learning obligation and offered to continue serving beyond her required hours. The manager of volunteer services at Kids Food Basket describes her as a bright, resourceful young woman whose innovation has helped the agency engage more young people in service to their community. She truly exemplifies a commitment to community, leadership through her abilities, and inspiration to all who are fortunate to know and work with her. Jillian Woodruff is an example of our students who take advantage of the opportunities GRCC offers to dream and to accomplish. A woman of compassion and spirit, Miss Jillian Woodruff.
It's an honor to receive this award, but even more of an honor to share this day with all of you. My road getting here certainly was not an easy one, but could not have been accomplished without the guidance and support of my family, friends, my daughters, Professor Muhammad, of course, and the Kids Food Basket. They made every minute worth it. Everything that happens in life is a chance to change and grow, but most importantly, to help others get through their own challenges. This is where I found my passion to empower young women and inspire them to take charge of life's challenges and overcome them through action. Lead by example. 3 simple words, but when placed together, they hold a powerful message. You lead by example without knowing it most of the time. Whether it be through the confidence that radiates off of you when you realize you have achieved a goal, or the hope that peeks through your smile even after you realize you may have lost focus of those goals, but have to work a little harder. Whatever you may be going through in life. My message to all of you today is to find meaning and strength in the challenges you face. Lead by example because you never know who you will inspire to become the person they were destined to be. Thank you all.
I wonder if you'd all join me in one last round of applause for our 4 winners. And before I turn this program over to Dr. Bowen, I noticed that Miss Ellen James has joined us. Trustee James, would you please stand to be recognized? Now, I think Andy Bowen is going to do a little work, a little scholarship work, maybe? Excellent. Okay. Dr. Bowen.
each year it's such a privilege to come and enjoy this afternoon with incredible women. Today is like the past years, celebrating terrific women who have had such a profound impact on families, on this college, this campus, and our community as a whole. So congratulations to each of you. I'm the chief staff person in the foundation, so I'm certainly not going to let a moment like this pass. And to say that each year we are able to award a scholarship to a deserving woman, one who has been out of school for at least 5 years, who has a grade point average of at least 2.5, and has demonstrated a commitment to pursuing her goals in higher education. And so each year we award that scholarship, and we're able to do that because folks like you give. And so as you leave today, there's an envelope. And if you'd like to grab one on the way and make a contribution to the Salute to Women Scholarship Fund, you will allow us to continue to offer these scholarships into perpetuity. Each of the honorees today, a gift has been made to the foundation in your honor as a starting point to add to this year's fund. So congratulations to each of you on a job well done and the work ahead. Congratulations. And Chris?
Again, on behalf of the Diversity Learning Center here at GRCC, we get to put on so many wonderful programs for our students, our staff, and our community, and this truly is one of our favorite programs for the year. I just wanted to take a moment to also share with you a couple things that are happening tomorrow. Tomorrow at 11:30 to 1 in the Calkins Auditorium, there's going to be a workshop on body image. And then at 1:15, there's going to be a workshop on what not to wear. Everyone has a different body type, so come and learn what clothes fit yours best. And then from 3 to 6:30, we will be showing the movie Good Hair in the multipurpose room of the Student Center. So again, you all are welcome to attend those events, and all of these events are also hosted by the WIN, the student organization here on campus, and all these events are free and available to all who would like to come. I'd also like to just a couple housekeeping things for those of you who parked here in the ATC down below. The gate will open upon your exit, so you no longer need a code to get out. It will open. It might take a minute, but it will open. And then for those of you who need a parking pass to get out, we're happy to provide a pass to you to get out of one of the lots. And again, I would just like to acknowledge all the women here today, all of us women, for all the contributions that each and every one of us make throughout the year and every day of our lives. So thank you again for being here. And for the award recipients, if you could please stick around. We'd like to get a group photo of you, and then we also have your photos up here that you are welcome to keep as well. So again, thank you, and enjoy that sunshine. It's finally here, so enjoy.